Post-race crashes are something that isn't new to NASCAR, yet they don't happen very often either. Sometimes their celebration fails, or it could be two drivers that aren't happy with each other. Nonetheless, today we're going to look at some of NASCAR's most memorable post-race crashes. After a wild overtime finish at Road America, Sam Mayer was debating about where he wanted to do his burnout. He changed his mind last second, which resulted in him tearing up his race-winning car.
Breaking news, the winner at Road America, like much of the field, has damage. Sam Mayer will go to victory lane here, but as he was getting ready to perhaps do some victory donuts down in turn 5, congratulated by friends, this happened.
Yeah, he goes down, and I don't know if he's going to do some donuts or what he's going to do. He changes his mind, DJ, and then pulls into the sand and then into the end of the asphalt. And
well, fortunately, his wrong decision waited till after the checkered flag.
That's right.
In 2005, Greg Biffle won at Dover after dominating the second half of the race. He would go on to celebrate the victory, doing donuts on the front straightaway, but ended up having this happen during his burnout.
And I tell you, a lot of that has to be the heart and soul of that guy driving that 16 car right there, because he just backed her in the fence.
I don't know that I've seen that before.
Well, I've been waiting for that to happen. I wondered how long it's going to be before that happened.
It's not every day you celebrate your way into the fence.
I still give it a 10.
These guys just did a great job. I feel bad for the Fab Shop. Probably going to scold me for backing in the fence on a burnout, but I was so excited I didn't care.
The same thing happened at the end of the 2010 Gillette Fusion Pro Glide 500. Denny Hamlin won in a wild last few laps and put on an impressive burnout until
a number of drivers getting damage on a final lap crash, and the leader got a little damage as well. The celebration party for Denny Hamlin, and he ends up nicking the wall. Watch this.
yeah,
Doesn't matter now.
That's pretty impressive right there, though. I'm gonna tell you. That's a long burnout. Is there? Okay, here we go.
There it is.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't just a nick in the wall either.
All fun and games till you hit a wall.
Yeah.
I bet it hasn't wiped the smile off his face. He's in victory lane with Marty Snyder.
This car is undefeated. 3 races, 3 wins. Dude, you're not supposed to damage the left front when you do a burnout, though.
I know.
You're going to catch grief for that one.
I know. I owe the Fab Shop some donuts or something, but also got to thank all the fans and everyone for Sprint.
the 2023 Ally 400 consisted of a bit of a different post-race crash. As Ross Chastain was doing his victory lap, Daniel Suarez wanted to congratulate him, but Chase Briscoe was right in the way.
And that emotion right there is what you want to hear from people when they win races. Oh, there's some contact right below Ross on pit road. Looked like the 99 of Suarez was trying to go say hey to his teammate, high-five him. I'm not quite sure. Ross doing his burnout down here, but you love to hear that emotion, how happy he is to win this race.
Well, that checkered flag moment brought to you by Advanced Auto Parts. Here's what you were talking about. There's the contact. The 14 got into the 99.
I think Suarez had some intention of going up there and cheering on his teammate or something, but
it's been that kind of year for Briscoe.
Yeah.
Another way to find yourself in a post-race crash could be getting in a scuffle with a fellow driver. If you're too chicken to settle it with your fists, might as well tear up some sheet metal while you're at it. Or if you're some people, do both. Well, in 2002 at Bristol, Robbie Gordon got into Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the pit road, but decided it would be a good idea not to throw hands with one of NASCAR's most popular drivers, which, if you ask me, was probably a good idea.
He is a happy camper. 155,000 people here today, and I'll bet no more than 100 left before the checkered flag. And Robbie
Hey,
Gordon
what are they doing here?
gets in the back of Junior.
What happened was the 31 car raced the 8 car all those last few laps there and held him up. And Dale Jr. got into him back here coming down pit road. And Robbie just turned him around.
Tell what's cooking.
Damn 31 wouldn't get out of the way. Lap down, racing the leaders with 10 laps to go, but that's why that's why it takes 3 or 4 times for him to finally get into the West Cup Series, because he don't pay attention, he don't know what he's doing.
Wow, second fight in 2 days down here on pit road.
Whammo. Last year it was Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart.
Hey, Rob, man, you stir shit up.
This year it's Robbie Gordon and Earnhardt Jr.
A racetrack that was notorious for post-race crashes was the Charlotte Motor Speedway. During the 2019 All-Star race, Ryan Newman and Clint Bowyer decided to settle their dispute on the racetrack and in the pit lane. Both drivers were very heated about the on-track accident, and the following ensued.
Looks like that's turned around for them. They just won $1 million.
Tell you one thing, that's a heck of an engine in that car. Because it just took a heck of a beating.
Bowyer and Newman going at it.
Well, we'll show you why.
Wow.
And what happened after the checkered flag between these two.
This is fun.
This is the All-Star race.
I love it.
Well, let's go back and see why the drama between Ryan Newman and Clint Bowyer. This is on the cool-down lap after the checkered flag.
Wow.
Well, obviously something took place before all this.
Bam.
But Bowyer not
Look at
happy
Bowyer.
at all.
Look like a machine.
The 2014 Bank of America 500 was another race with a lot of post-race drama. Denny Hamlin ran Brad Keselowski out of room coming to the white flag, resulting in Brad being upset.
There are some tempers. Brad Keselowski and Denny Hamlin have tangled. Then Keselowski and Tony Stewart. While Kevin Harvick celebrates with the crowd. Denny Hamlin finished 9th, Brad Keselowski 16th, and on the cool-down lap, there was that.
While Brad was upset with Denny, he ran in the back of Tony Stewart, resulting in the following melee.
Now as the cars stack up at the entrance to the pit road, that's the hit Matt Kenseth was talking about. And while doing that, Keselowski runs into the back of Tony Stewart, so then this. From Tony Stewart's bumper camera.
And that's where all the front end damage came from.
Another post-race accident occurred during the 2012 Xfinity race at Talladega. Coming to the checkered flag, Sam Hornish Jr. had a tire go down, forcing Danica Patrick into the outside wall. Danica was not having it, and the following happened.
Sam Hornish's car, all torn up.
Finished 12th. See, Danica's got damage, more damage than what she sustained in that previous caution. See what's happening to them here.
While we were watching the race for the win, this happened.
Whoops. Looks like Sam ran Danica out of room. Maybe she didn't like that.
I didn't think much of that.
A year later, in 2013, Brian Vickers was holding up Kevin Harvick in the closing laps of the 2013 STP Gas Booster 500. Vickers' car was very badly damaged, and if you know anything about Brian Vickers running in damaged equipment at Martinsville, it's probably not a good idea to be around him. Harvick got upset with Vickers holding him up, and then this happened.
Kyle got him, I think, by like an inch.
It shows 6 thousandths of a second. And, wow, Brian Vickers goes spinning in turn 1 after the checkered flag.
I'm not so sure that either Kevin Harvick or Danica Patrick didn't hit Brian Vickers.
Harvick.
One of the two.
Whoa. Well, these guys were getting, and gals, were getting very aggressive.
Well, and Harvick and Kenseth, they had fresh tires.
Now watch this. I think I see where the, yeah. Harv said, hey, bud, save me a little room next time.
Well, they're racing for the 11th spot. Harvick got 13th. Danica's on the outside, and evidently Harvick did not like the way that Vickers raced Danica, so when they got to the checker flag and passed it, he just spun him out to show him that he didn't appreciate that.
Afterwards, even after that.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it. Short track racing, we talked about emotion, we talked about blocking and bumping.
During the 2022 Verizon 200 at the Brickyard, Daniel Suarez forced Ryan Blaney out of the groove on a restart during the closing laps. After the race, Blaney showed his displeasure with Daniel Suarez.
Very unfortunate for Ryan Blaney. I think that if it comes to a spot still open on points, then he's going to get in. But certainly he's going to look back and say, yeah, man, we did everything right, put ourselves in the right position, and then at the end, somebody just pushed and shoved a little harder than he could handle.
So, DJ, as hard as they worked all afternoon long, you can understand this frustration with Daniel Suarez after the race.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, if things are over, you're frustrated, you're tired. Yeah, again, he'd done everything right.
And one of, if not the most iconic post-race crash in NASCAR, has to be Carl Edwards' 2011 burnout during the All-Star race. After winning $1 million, Edwards decided to do his burnout through the grass, ripping off the front end of his Ford Fusion.
You know what I like most about that 10-lap segment, Darrell? Carl had it loaded up.
Here he comes.
Oh my gosh!
Oh boy!
He just tore his car all to pieces. He hit this manhole down there. He tore it up.
Sorry about that.
He tore the whole front off of it. He was going to do a Matt Kenseth, and he didn't know there was a manhole down there.
You can get behind that show car over there on pit road.
I don't think
that's going to happen.
He's going to get behind a record. What he's going to get behind. Watch this, Mike. I mean, this was a good idea. He was going to come down through the grass and do a little sliding, but what he didn't realize is somewhere right along in there.
Look at tore the whole front end off.
Well, the car about turned over.
In tonight's NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race, it was checkers, then wreckers for Carl Edwards and Roush Fenway Racing. Oh well, celebratory backflip, a visit with the fans in the grandstand, and tonight, Edwards has 1.2 million reasons to celebrate.
Over the last decade or two, there have been some very memorable post-race crashes. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys have any suggestions you want to see like this, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed.